Hi and hello everyone. This is your Mansoor from Department of English. I hope you are all fine. Today we are going to discuss grammar. What topic is starters? Don't be confused between if class, that is conditional class, and starters. There is a slight difference. The grammar has link, that is chain. If you don't know the formula, you cannot solve the sums in maths. If you don't know the rules, you cannot understand the grammar. Let us discuss the starters. Why I have selected this topic starters means it is very easy, but in 100, 30 to 40% of the students, they are committing mistakes in this topic. This is 2 mark grammar, that is starters. We can say starters or beginners. What we can say, starters or beginners. 2 marks for this grammar. Now we can see first sentence. If I were a bird, I would fly. Begin with where? Only 3 questions, 3 types they may ask. Begin with where, had or should. They won't ask anything apart from this. Either they may ask begin with where, had and should. Already I told that working hard is essential. While comparing that, smart work is very important. Hard work, smart work, that is equal to success. Without smart work, you can't get success. Now we can see what is that smart work. See what they have asked the question. If I were a bird, I would fly. Again I am saying it is not a conditional class. It is starters. Begin with where. What they have given? Begin with where. If they are asking begin with where, see in the sentence, surely they might have given where. If I were a bird, I would fly. What you have to do is, first you remove this if. First if you have to remove this if. If you are writing if, they won't give marks. You will get only 0. Not even 1 mark they will allot. First of all, what you have to do in that starters is that, first of all, you have to cancel if. Next, what you have to do now, begin with where they have asked. You have to start the sentence only with where. Where. Now you have to introduce the subject. Where I a bird. Most of the students, how they are writing means, where I were a bird, 0. They won't give marks at all. If you are using if, they won't give marks. If you are using where I were, they won't give marks. Again I am giving the shortcut idea. If they are asking where means, just you cancel the if, you take this where in front of the subject. Now you can understand. Where I a bird, I would fly. It is very easy. But most of the students, they are committing mistakes in this part. Again I am saying, see, if I were a bird, I would fly. Begin with where. If where is there, see in the sentence they might have given where. If I were a bird, I would fly. First what I have said. You have to remove if. Next, begin with where means you have to start the sentence only with where. Where. Next, you have to introduce the subject. Where I a bird. Again, I am saying don't use where I were a bird. I would fly means they won't give any marks. It is better. Next shortcut idea. Where I a bird. In front of the subject, you make it as where. Now you can come to the conclusion. Where I a bird, I would fly. It is very easy. But most of the students, they are committing mistakes. How means? They will thorough all the questions. But easily they will commit mistake in book back questions. What is the reason means? Book back questions, they will think that it is very easy. They won't concentrate more on that book back questions. Like that, you will be concentrating more on simple, compound, complex and all the other part. But you will be thinking it is very easy. While you are writing, if you are committing these type of mistakes, they won't give any marks at all. In my experience, I am saying you. Next, see, if you should need to meet me, you can call this number. What they have given? They will ask begin with should. What they have given? Begin with should. As I told that should is there. You see here, they might have given should. Already I told what you have to do. You have to remove if. You should not use if. You have to bring should in front of the subject. Then what you have to write? Should you need to meet me, you can call this number. See, first sentence begin with where. You should not write if. Again, you should not write where. In second sentence, again I am saying you should not use if. They have given should means should you need to meet me, you have to write. You should not write should you should need to meet me, you can call this number, means they won't give marks at all. Should you need to meet me, you can call this number is right. Next, they will ask if he had worked hard, he would have passed. What's the sentence? If he had worked hard, he would have passed. Begin with had. What they have given? Begin with had. Again I am saying you have to cancel if. Again what I have said, had bring in front of the subject. Had he worked hard, he would have passed. Don't change anything. First thing, remove if. If they are asking where, should, had, you bring that either where, should or had, bring in front of the subject. You should not use double where, double should and double had. This is very easy way to score marks. Next, see, somewhat different. What they have given, if I had enough money, I would have helped you. They have asked had. What they have asked? Had. Here see, you have to look one thing. Just you have to cancel if. Next, already told that you have to introduce had because you have to start the sentence only with had. Next, we have to introduce subject. You bring had in front of the subject. Had I had. See, double had model. What we have to use? Double had model. Had I had enough money, I would have helped you. You should know the difference between third and fourth type. In third type, what they have given? Had plus V3. Already I told that without knowing the rules, you cannot understand the grammar. Whenever has, have, had is there, V3 must be followed, verb 3 must be followed. Because some of the students they may be using, sir, I have complete, I had complete, he has complete. No, whenever has, had, have is there, verb 3 must be used. That's why what they have given? They have given two had. So one had already they have given, another one had is V3. What is the past tense of has? Had. Past participle V3 also had. That's why here I have used had I had enough money, I would have helped you. But here they have given worked as main verb. So had plus V3. Here had, V3 also had. That's why here we are using had I had enough money, I would have helped you. So only these four types they will ask in public. First begin with where. Next begin with should. Next begin with had. Next you have to use to had in the single sentence, in the same sentence. That is had I had enough money. If you are using had, he had worked hard, he would have passed, means wrong. In third type you have to use only one had. But in fourth type you have to use to had. If you are using had I, enough money means they won't give marks. Already I told that had they have given. Next to that had is V3, that is verb 3. That's why we have used to had in that fourth type. That's why I have said it is very easy, but most of the students they fail to do this. So better you might have understood. Next what I am going to teach is combining of sentences using if. But if I start teaching directly that combining of sentences, you may not understand. How means without knowing direct and indirect, you cannot do reporting the dialogue. I mean direct, indirect, they will be asking in that reporting the dialogue form, that is for 2 marks. So without knowing that conditional class, you may not understand combining of sentences using if class. That is why I am going to teach if class. Now you can understand starters and also conditional class. Now see, in conditional class, certain rules are there. Already I told that grammar has some rules. Without knowing the rules, you cannot get marks. See, first, in conditional class, if plus present verb will plus V1. This is the first rule. If plus present verb is there, will plus V1. But some students you may ask, sir, in some guides they have given shall bar will. Again I am saying the formula, that is I ku v ku sellu matradukalla will moonu dati sollu sollagati kille. I and we have to use only shall. But that is not new way. What the modern grammar book says, for I and we also we can use will or shall. That's why they might have given shall. So now if plus present verb will plus V1. What is that if? If they have given if plus is subject, present verb means work. Here which is the verb means work is the verb. Work, worked, worked. V1 is work, V2 is work, V3 is worked. So if plus present verb is there, here we have to use only will plus V1. Some of the students they are writing, I will passed, I will completed. How can? Will is future. Whenever will is there, V1 must be followed. That is first form of the verb. I will go to Chennai. I will meet the correspondent. I will meet my parents. I will play. I will play. How could you use? One is future, another one is past. You cannot mingle the past and the future. That's why I am teaching this. If you work hard, you will pass. Whenever the present verb is there, here we have to use will plus V1. That is first. Second, in that, if plus past verb is there, what will come? Would plus V1. Here also most of the students are committing mistakes. Would plus V1. I would play. I would go. I would meet. That you have to write. Some of the students they are writing, I would meet. I would played. How is it possible? No, that is wrong. So, if plus past verb, would plus V1. See, they have given if. Next is subject he worked. Here I have used work. V1, that is present verb. Here past, worked. Past tense is there. What is the rule? Would plus V1, would pass. If he worked hard, he would pass. If I work hard, I will pass. Or if you work hard, you will pass. Again I am saying, which is the heart of the sentence means, verb is the heart of the sentence. For human being, which is essential means, heart is very, very important. Without heart, we cannot function. Like that, which is the heart of the sentence means, verb is the heart of the sentence. See, if plus present, will plus V1. If plus past, would plus V1. If the verb is changing, in that second type also, we have to change. Will plus V1. Standard, don't change anything. Will plus V1. Next, would plus V1. Next, again in that second, B is there. If plus where, would plus V1. How, sir, you have said past. Yes, again I am saying where is also past. What's the past tense of are? Were. If I were a bird, what they have given? Were. If plus were is there, there also we have to use only would fly. If I were a bird, I would fly. Fly, flew, flown. Some students they are writing fly, flied, flied. Fly, flew, flown. So, if I were a bird, I would fly. Next, third is that if plus, had plus, V3, would have plus V3. What they have given? Had plus V3. Already I told. Has, have, had is there. We have to use only V3. See, if that is plus is subject, had plus V3 means had worked hard. If I had worked hard, see here worked, here had worked, had plus V3. If I had worked hard, would have plus V3. Here only we have to use V3. I would have passed. Here you may commit mistakes. I would have passed. They won't give marks. What you have to write? I would have passed. So will pass, would have passed. So present worked, had worked. Why I am teaching this is now better you may understand the difference between starters and conditional clause. In both the sentences, they will be giving if, but they will as begin with were, had and should. But here, they will ask in one mark question. Sometimes they may be asking in 2 mark question, that is combining of sentences using if. In last class, we discussed simple compound complex. While at the time of teaching that simple compound complex, I said combining of sentences in simple compound complex. But now we are going to discuss combining of sentences using if. If you learn this thoroughly, next I am going to teach that combining of sentences using if. That will be very easy. Before going to that, I would like to introduce one thing. Already I teach you, if plus present, if plus past, if plus had plus V3. Next, already we discussed 3 types. Now see some exceptional case. If plus had, you may say, sir, you told, if plus had plus V3, would have plus V3. If they are asking, if I had power, I dash, eradicate the poverty. What the sentence they are asking? If I had power, I dash, eradicate the poverty. If they are asking, what you will be writing? If I had is there. So already we have discussed, you will be writing would have plus V3. If I had power, I would have eradicated the poverty. Am I right? No, that is wrong. Already I told you, if plus present, will plus V1. I accept. If plus past, would plus V1. Next, if plus had plus V3, would have plus V3. What I have said? If plus had plus V3. Whenever have, had, has is there, V3. That is, verb 3 must be followed. But here, you see the sentence, what they have given. If I had power. What they are giving? If I had power. Next had, there is no verb 3. Power is not a verb. Money is not a verb. Cycle is not a verb. Time is not a verb. Sometimes, to confuse you, after next to that had, they will be giving sometimes noun or adjectives. They will be giving some noun or adjectives. At that time, you should not see only had. Next to that, verb is there or not, you have to see. If it is V3, third form of the verb, you can write would have plus V3. But it is not the verb. Power, money, cycle, time, which acts as a main verb. If there is no verb means had acts as a main verb. Had acts as a main verb. Already told has, had. Have, had. V3 is had. Had acts as a main verb means what is the past tense of has? Had. So had is past tense. If had is past tense, according to our rule, if plus past, would plus V1. So you have to write only would plus V1. If I had power, I would eradicate the poverty. If I had money, I would give you. If I had cycle, I would give you. If I had time, I would spend. That you have to write. Why again I am saying here, had next, there is no verb 3. They have given only power, money, cycle, time or enough money if they are asking. Which acts as a main verb? Had acts as a main verb. If had acts as a main verb, had is the past tense. According to our rule, if plus past, would plus V1. This is exceptional case. To confuse you, they may ask these type of questions. They have asked in public also. So give more importance for this model. Next, I think if you are all listening that conditional class, if class, now the combining of sentences using if class, it will be very easy. How means, see, what they have given, he did not write the exam well, he failed. This is the sentence. We have to apply some rule. What is that first rule is that we have to write if plus had plus V3 would have plus V3. We have to apply only the third rule. That's why I told you to listen that conditional class. In conditional class, what is the third type? If plus had plus V3 would have plus V3. In combining of sentences using if class, we are going to apply only the third type. That is the third rule. If plus had plus V3 means would have plus V3. But easily we cannot apply this rule. Along with that, another one rule is there. We have two different sentences. What is the two different sentences? First sentence, he did not write the exam well. Whether the sentence is negative or positive? Negative. Why means they have given not. This is negative sentence. So, he failed. Don't think that he failed means it is also negative. Not is there, it is negative. Otherwise, the sentence has to be considered as positive. So, this sentence is positive. Don't get confused. I am teaching only English. Don't think I am teaching minus, plus. Sir is teaching either grammar, English or anything apart from that. Don't confuse. So, if plus had plus V3 means would have plus V3. If the sentence is negative, you have to make it as positive. How means? I am going to apply the rule if you should not change the subject. What is the subject here? They have given he. If he had, what you have to write? If he had, already told, if the sentence is negative, you have to make it as positive. Then you remove the had. If he had, next to that, had next, what you have to use? We have to use only V3, third form of the verb. What is the third form of the verb? Write, wrote, written. So verb is the heart of the sentence. Without verb, we cannot form the sentence. If he had written the exam well. See, had plus V3. That I had made that negative sentence as positive. If he had written the exam well, what they have given, he failed. That is positive. Now you have to make it as negative. Second, what I have given, would plus have plus V3. He would. Now I would like to introduce not. Because already told the sentence we have to make it as negative. he would not have failed. See, if plus had plus V3 means rule is would plus have plus V3. What you have to do means you have to make the sentence as negative. Where we have to introduce the negative not means would and have, in between that you have to use not. Some students what they are doing, he would have not failed. That is wrong. Whenever have is there, V3 must be followed. So not must be used in between would and have. That is he would not have failed. Now see the question. He did not write the example. He failed. Two different sentences. I am going to change. If he had written the example, the negative sentence has made it as positive. He failed means he would not have failed. So if he had written the example, he would not have failed. You may ask, sir, why we have to do? That is rule. That is rule. Next see, the sun was bright. The pictures came out well. The sun was bright. The pictures came out well. Both the sentences are positive. We have to make it as negative. They may ask positive, negative, negative, positive. Sometimes both the sentences are positive. I am going to apply if plus had plus V3. If, which is the subject? The sun is the subject. If the sun had not, because I am going to make it as negative sentence. Had not, you cannot write bright. What they have given was. What is was? Be verb. Am, is, are, was, were. These are all be verbs. If the sentence, in the sentence be verb is there, we have to give more preference for that. You should not avoid that. What is the V3 of was is been. If the sun had not been bright. If the sun had not been bright. If you are writing if the sun had not bright means they won't give marks, because whenever had is there, V3 must be followed. Why I have given not here, had and been, in between that why I have introduced not means the sentence is positive, I have to make it as negative. That's why I have introduced not. If the sun had not been bright, the pictures would not have, because the sentence is positive, that's why I am going to make it as negative. Would not have came. Sir, what I have to use? Come, came, come. V1 is come. V2 is came. Again V3 is come only. Don't get confused. Some of the students they are writing come, came, came. No. Come, came, come. Become, became, become. Teach, taught, taught. Think, thought, thought. Catch, caught, caught. Catch, catched, catched. It is wrong. Catch, caught, caught. Teach, taught, taught. Like that, the pictures would not have come out well. If in public, if they are asking this question, surely most of the students they will commit mistakes. What is the reason means? If the sun had not been, they may forget to use been. Whenever be verb is there, you write it as been, because they will be asking only in that past tense. If the sentence is past tense, we have to apply only the third rule. If plus had plus V3, would have plus V3. So if the sun had not been bright, the pictures would not have. Would plus have plus V3 is rule, but negative sentence. That's why I have introduced not. You should not write would have not. That is wrong. Would not have. Here most of the students they will commit mistake. Come out well. You should not write came out well. If you are making mistakes in been and come, if you fail to introduce been, and also if you are forgetting to use come in front of that come, if you are using came means they won't give marks at all. So I think better you have understood the grammar is link, that is a chain. If you understand, if you learn the grammar means it will be very easy. That's why I have said if you learn that conditional class, combining of sentences will be easy. If you learn combining of sentences using if class and conditional class starters will be easy. So again I am saying smart work and hard work is success. Only if you are working hard means you can't get success. Along with that, we have to do some smart work. In next class, we are going to discuss direct and indirect. I am not going to teach direct and indirect because you might have learned how to use direct and indirect in reporting the dialogue. That I am going to teach in next class. Again, I am going to introduce two more sentences for combining of sentences using if class. Thank you for watching. Thank you.